Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me welcome you on OHSAS 18001 Auditor/Leading Auditor Training course. My name is Peter Sinek and I'm your tutor for this week. Actually, we spent here 4 days doing training and 1 day which is dedicated for examination and certification. I'm not here alone for you. Let me introduce Mr. Gregory Prihara, who is a manager of the course. So kindly, all the questions regarding organization focus on him, and of course, any topics regarding the issue of OHSAS focus on me, and we will discuss it thoroughly. Let me guide you through a couple of important issues you should be aware of. First of all, what is ERCA certification? ERCA is an independent association of entities operating in a field of certification, qualification and training. ERCA is created a system of short-term courses that will complement the college and university education. And ERCA certificate actually proves that you have a skill and knowledge level required for being an auditor and leading auditor in the different fields of industries. This ERCA comes from Europe, so it's European origin and is widely accepted throughout the world. In brief, what is the aim of the course? You already received quite a detailed topics which we're gonna cover within this OHSAS 8001 Auditors and Leading Auditors training. So we will cover all of those. That way that you are completely ready and prepared for your examination and certification, which is going to place in last day, meaning after 32 hours of this preparation, you will have your certification. And now, what do we mean by accelerated training techniques? Actually, it's kind of a workshop approach. Each topic I will guide you through in something like 10, 15, up to 20 minutes, and then we will discuss it together, so all the experience you already have can be shared here. Not only my experience, but yours as well. Significant part of this accelerated training techniques plays case studies. Those case studies are something like wrap-up of couple of topics together, and these gonna be solved in small subgroups about the size of a real audit group. So you can really understand what's behind and how to do it. Assessment and examination. I can imagine you are very curious about that. It consists of 3 different issues. First one is activity assessment. You can look at that as kind of a continuous observation of your activities and behavior during the training. Within this point, you can get up to 6 points altogether, and maximum for each day is 2. So within 4 days of training, you can get 6 points splitted by up to 2 per day. The next one, which we will assess, is case study. Those case study, as I already mentioned, is kind of wrap-up of several aspects and topics within this OHSAS 18001 norm. And you can get, for a case study, maximum of 5 points. Actually, you will be doing lots of case studies in subgroups, but the main case study for you to really focus on to pass your examination is the very last one. And this one gonna be done alone by each of you. And the last one, and it's quite a standard for every type of examination I'm aware of, is a knowledge test. Within this written test, which is multiple choice, you can get up to 10 points. So meaning you can get 6 for your activity, 5 for solving correctly your case study, and 10 for your knowledge and true understanding of this issue. Altogether, you can be awarded by 21, and to pass the certification, 15 is minimum. Another topic we should focus on is risk analysis. And to cover it, we should focus on 3 different topics. First is a hazard. It's a source of situation which can really cause some kind of a damage, injury, or whatsoever can happen to health of a people or environment damaging or combination of those. Not only we have to understand what the hazard is, but we should really kind of measure it. And it goes to risk. It's a combination of probability and severity. And we will focus on that later on in details. At risk analysis, we can look from 3 different points of view. First one is through activities. Those can be either current or extraordinary. The next point of view is through people. We have to cover all people, both regular one and those who can appear there like visitors. Third point of view is covering complete environment, workplace, which is being used by employees, visitors, or whoever can appear there. Probably the best way how to understand risk assessment is through example. Let me pick work at height. We've got probability that something happens, and we can adjust it by accepting different measures. Seriousness, it's quite given. And the last one is an expert group, which is based on experience of a group of people who are doing within a company this risk assessment. And now we will go through that in the exercise so we can discuss it in more details. And how it is with risk evaluation if we put it into figures. We can have, based on this multiplication, any kind of value between 1 to 125. If we pick those two, slight risk or acceptable risk, it's kind of business as usual. Medium risk is, yes, it's more risky. Still, it can be part of our standard processes. And here is kind of a line. Unwanted risk, we try to avoid these type of works, these situations. But in emergency situation, when something crashes or so, we can do the work with really high measures taking place. Unacceptable risk, just by the definition. No way, no go. We have to avoid it at any cost. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's your turn. We still have the same example, and let's have a look on what influence the probability that something goes wrong. What could it be?
A lifting capacity.
Lifting capacity, absolutely. What else can influence that sling?
proper storage.
Proper storage.
I guess protection against corrosion.
Ah, okay. So storage, protection. Okay, fine. So we've got lifting capacity, storage. What else?
Rope wear.
Ah, yeah, wear. Absolutely. So more where it is. Maintenance, like a general. Well done.
Should be checked by the person with experience.
Ah, checking by the experienced person. Experienced person checking. Okay. Is there anything else even?
We can also maybe put training of workers, employees.
Ah, it goes with this one, absolutely. So these experienced person, not only experienced, but properly trained. Training of persons.
And trained for handling.
Ah, okay.
Not for only for checking, but for handling of the cargo in general. How to fix, how to.
So both type of people, those who are checking and those who are handling it, should be properly trained, which again minimizes the risk. To wrap it up, by identifying all of those aspects, once we accept those measures, we can move P, which is a risk, or probability of a risk, from 4 even to 2. And now, ladies and gentlemen, risk assessment once again, as close to real life as possible. We look at that through case studies. For this activity, let me divide you into 3 subgroups. Each subgroup has about the same result to achieve, just slightly different assignment. For the first one, it's assembly work at height on electrical equipment, and what you should achieve is answer all of those questions. Details, of course, you have in your materials. The next one, for next group, is work in confined spaces, and again, the assignment is very same. And for the third group, we have handling of chemicals. And once again, surprise, the very same assignment. So, there is nothing to wait for. Let me pick, let's say, Pilar, Michael, and Igor. You will be the group who can move to the other room, so you can really focus and not be disturbed by the others. The rest, other 2 groups, will be within this room. Okay? Perfect. You've got 20 minutes to cover this issue. And don't forget, we are measuring and assessing your activity. Well done with legal requirements. And now let's have a look what are the factors influencing probability. I believe you are prepared completely. Maybe Pilar, can you share with us, please?
Sure. Okay, we have learned some of the factors which have influence, but mainly these 3. The first one is the daylight. The second is the weather conditions, and the third, the voltage.
Ah, perfect. Voltage they are working with.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds very good. Still, any comments from your side?
Yes.
Ah, eager one. Please, share with us. So many.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes. Another thing is a construction
Which way?
of the steel structure, because it depends on on the working place what the workers have, because he has to be fixed, fastened during the working, and the working place determined the possibility of moving.
Okay.
There.
So more moving, higher risk.
Yes, yes.
Good.
Another is a temperature. I guess the temperature, because such works.
Can we maybe put it here because it's weather
Yes,
conditions?
yes,
It's
yes,
another
yes,
aspect.
yes, yes.
Good.
But I think that the weather condition is different during the year, and temperature is different, especially in winter.
Okay.
And in winter, it should be avoid such work.
Certain types of work are
Yes,
not done
yes.
at all.
Yes, yes, yes.
Perfect.
Yes. And the last, I think, from my side, is a routine. If there is the equipment, worker is maintaining frequently, or it's his first case of work.
And which way goes probability? Because sometimes, if it's routine, people are less aware and more likely to risk and to have some problem.
Yeah, I mean that some companies has own lines, and another situation is when workers is repairing the lines of another company.
I see. Okay. And still I see another one.
Oh no, it's a temperature.
Good. Perfect. Thank you.
I had wind, but I think it's just kind of temperature.
Well, I would still put it there. So we've got weather conditions, either rainy, not rainy, temperature, and wind. 3 different aspects. Perfect. Well done. Anything you would like to add still?
I agree with Lily's.
Good.
All right.
So we are in agreement and we can move to the seriousness of consequences as a next step. All the work almost is done, at least mine. You learned as much as you could, and today is your exam and certification day. Which means, so far you were cooperating as much as possible, sharing as much as possible. This is over. Today you will work alone on 2 aspects, 2 parts of examination. First one, which takes about 30 minutes, is your own case study. And the next one, after a short break, gonna be for 45 minutes, and those will be 30 questions with multiple choice answers. You should answer best you can. And of course, my work, as I mentioned, is done, and let me hand it over to independent authority, manager Mr. Prihara, who will take care of the rest of the day. Let me wish you best luck. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now you can start.